go!
What's up guys, Phil here today with another video, and today I'll be talking about the cell provider Rain.
I think I'm getting a little something
Now,
over here.
Rain is a data only or data only, however you want to pronounce that. They are a data only service provider, which means they only offer data. No calls, no SMSs, just data. And I'm here to tell you how it is using them. And I'm here to tell you how their service is. I've been using their service since last year around October, I believe. So as I previously explained, Rain is a data only service provider. They only offer data, which means their data bundles are actually pretty reasonable. While they don't offer data bundles, they offer data plans, which is similar to contracts, but if you don't want to use data for that month, you don't pay, so they won't give you data. There are quite a few deals, so I'm just gonna explain the ones that I think are more preferable or the best ones to get. Now, just to point out, all of these deals do come with SIM cards, since they are a cell provider or a network provider. They do deliver these SIM cards to you at your house, so you can either put your SIM card in your phone or in a router. Now, Rain has got 5 different types of tiers or deals that they have, if you would call them that. So I'm gonna start with the first one. The first one is 250 Rand for the month, and for that you get 19 hours of unlimited data. Now, since it's a SIM card, you can either put it in your phone or your router, if your router is an LTE router, and I would recommend just put it in your router. If you really have to, you can put it in your phone, but I cannot guarantee if it works. Now, you get 19 hours of unlimited data a day. Now, the 5 hours that you don't have data, those are off-peak hours, which you have to kind of buy data for. So let's say you want like a few gigs to use. It's 50 Rand a gig. You set it up on the website, so you have a limit, so you'll be paying that 250 Rand and whatever your off-peak data usage you want it to be. The only problem with it is that you do not get unlimited data all day around, which I don't understand why between the hours of 6 and 11 you do not get unlimited data, because that is basically when everyone is home. That is when you get back home, and probably when you're gaming. Now, the next deal is 300 Rand. Now, why is it 300 Rand, you may ask? It's because it is unlimited data, but there's a caveat. The SIM card can only be inserted into a phone with 4G, but that's basically every phone. It has its caveats. On the website it says you cannot hotspot any other people using it, which I find very weird. I mean, like, why can't you hotspot other people using it? That one I just really do not recommend. I'm not even sure if you're gonna get any decent data connection. I'm not even sure if you're gonna get a connection at all using that one. So yeah, that one I'll completely scrap it. Don't even look at it, don't even touch it. Don't even just pretend like that option doesn't exist. The third option is the one that I personally use, and that one costs 480 Rand, and it is unlimited data all day around. It says it has a speed cap of 10 megabytes, but that's a lie. And it can go into any device. It can go into your phone, it can go into your tablet, it can go into an LTE router. If your laptop has a SIM card slot, it can go in there. So it's basically like a SIM card. It's basically like a normal SIM card, but without a phone number, and you can't call people, and you can't do SMSs, but it's unlimited data. So that one is the one that I personally use. I recommend that one. And the final deal that they have is 600 Rand, unlimited data, and it's 5G. It's a 5G router. I'm not too sure how stable it is. There's that 5G option for 600 Rand. It comes with its own free router that has been optimized to be used on the Rain network, which is pretty good, because I will get on to that a bit later. And yeah, those are the 4 deals that you can choose from Rain. The one that I recommend is the one for 480 Rand. We get data all day long, and you can put the SIM card into any device you please, as long as there's a SIM card slot and it's LTE or LTE and above, basically 4G and above. Yeah. Now let me talk about the speeds on Rain. Now the speeds are acceptable. They are decent. They are above average depending on what you are doing. So basically, let's say you are downloading something, let's say you're downloading something from Google or you're downloading something from the Play Store, it'll be fine. Might be a bit slower, but it'll be fine. Let's say you're downloading a game on your PlayStation or on your Xbox, you can probably download about 10 gigs in a few hours, 40 gigs in maybe 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours. Pretty good. It's decent. It's good enough. It's not too slow that you will complain about it. It's good enough. It's passable. Besides, when you want to download torrents, I download torrents on a regular basis. I use torrents to download a lot of my stuff, my anime, my TV shows, my movies, and the speeds are atrocious. They are horrendous. They are outright atrocious, terrible, disgusting, horrible, just absolutely unbearable. If you use torrents and you have Rain, you are better off just putting the thing on download, closing the lid to your laptop or switching off your monitor and going to sleep. That's how long it'll take. And I'm not talking about a huge file. I'm talking about like a 1 gig file that takes like what? 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 hours to download. It's not even going in megabits. It's chilling in kilobits, like 50, 60, 100 kilobits. Only when I'm lucky, or if I choose a good enough torrent, then I'll get speeds like 500 kilobits. So basically, if I were to sum it up, in terms of speed, if you're doing anything besides downloading torrents, it'll be fine. Direct downloads from Google, fine. Downloading games on your PlayStation or Xbox, fine. It's fine. If you're downloading a Spotify playlist, fine. If you're downloading a YouTube video, absolutely fine. But for your average person, it's fine. Even uploading stuff like YouTube videos, it uploads those in like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes max. And the connection is good. Now I'm going to talk about connection. So in terms of connection, when you have multiple devices connected, it's fine, but it all depends on what each device is doing. When I have a few friends here, and they're all on their phones, on Instagram or something, it's fine, it's good enough. It all boils down to one word: stability. How stable is it? How stable is the network? How stable is the internet connection? So when I have multiple devices connected, it's fine. Maybe more than 10 devices, it'll start being slow, but not every device will take a hit. Maybe something like a download will take a hit because I usually have my phone, my laptop, my PlayStation, and my Xbox, and probably one of them is downloading a game, and it's all going well. I can have my phone on scrolling through Instagram while I'm watching a YouTube video at 1080p while I have a game downloading, and it's fine. The game might take a little bit of a hit in terms of download speed and how quick it'll finish, but overall, it's pretty fine. I have my parents using it. My parents don't do much on their phones. They're just on WhatsApp or browsing the internet. But it's stable. But when it works very well. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's annoying. It's tedious. It makes you want to take a double-barrel shotgun and shoot your brains out because it is not doing the basic instruction. So, what do I mean by this? For the first week I got Rain, I was like, this is it. I mean, it may not be as fast as Telkom, but at least I'm getting unlimited data. And that's all I really wanted. But a week later, after that initial week, it started having connection issues. Weird connection issues where I would wake up in the morning and I would look at my phone and it'll say connected without internet. Connected without internet, and my Wi-Fi sign will have an exclamation mark next to it. I'm like, what, why? And then I'll go switch off the router, switch on the router again, then it'll connect. Then like 10 minutes later, it'll be like connected without internet. And for me to fix that problem, I had to go into my actual router BIOS, or the normal router settings. And I had to change the connection from auto to 4G only, to 4G and 3G, to 4G at 1800 megahertz. I don't even know what the hell that means. To 4G at 2400 megahertz. Sorry. 4G at 1800 megahertz and 4G at 2400 megahertz. That's more like it. And I had to do this for like a week. And for that, I actually had to change the settings in my router so Rain would actually work very well or decently. And then I had to put the router in a certain spot for me to get the full 3 bars for my router. I use a Huawei B315 router, I believe. And yeah, that was it. And then it didn't give me any more problems after that. It would give me similar problems like that when it rains, such as right now. I mean, yeah, in Gauteng it rains during the summertime, and it rains for like days on end with unclear skies. So it does do that regularly sometimes, and sometimes it just does it out of the blue, does it out of nowhere. So now during this time it is raining, so it does do that. And even before the rain started, I would wake up in the morning and it'll be like connected without internet. Connected without internet. You literally have one job, and that is to make sure that I have internet. You have one job. I'd rather have really slow internet than have no internet, because I can at least do something. Maybe something not as intensive, but at least something. And it does do that frequently. Actually, another problem that I had was that I kept my router in the same spot for about 3 months. I've had it in the same spot for 3 months. And then one day I wake up and that spot all of a sudden just became a dead zone. I could not get any reception. I had to move the router onto the table where I keep my printer. And it worked, and then it'll say connected without internet. Hell, sometimes I'll lean on my wall in front of my router and then the router goes from 3 bars to 1 bar. Like, what in the hell is going on? It's those little things. It's connection issues like that. And that's just not cool. Most people don't even know how to get into their routers. Most people don't know how to change the passwords on their routers. Most people don't even know how to change the name of their routers, let alone go in there and change how your router reads the network. It's a bit annoying. It doesn't happen often. Now, this brings me on to my second point. You can put this SIM card in a phone. I just don't recommend it. I really just don't recommend it. If people can get those type of troubles out of a router, imagine what type of connection issues if you are even able to get connection from your phone if you put the SIM card in your phone. Like, routers have stronger antenna bands to receive the signal. I know this because sometimes when I go on holiday, I put a SIM card in my phone, I get 0 reception. I put it in a router, all of a sudden I get reception like this. So I do not recommend using Rain with a cell phone. If you put it in your cell phone and it works, man, you're one lucky guy. But I recommend using Rain with a router. Those are the little peeves I have with Rain. Now, with all of these problems where sometimes it is just really slow, or I do not get any connection at all, or the connection is a straight up on and off, why do I use Rain? Why do I stick with Rain? Because they offer unlimited data for 480 Rand. I don't have fiber in my house. We used to have ADSL, but then Telkom wasn't playing nice. But yeah, that is my overall view of the Cell Network Rain. I explained the prices, I explained the internet stability, I explained the speed, I explained the issues, well, my personal issues. Now, the real question is, would I recommend Rain? In all honesty, it all depends if you are willing to put up with their nonsense. If you're willing to put up with the times where it does not connect, the times where they don't want to give you internet, then yeah, this is a product for theoretically everybody to enjoy. It's just not there yet. Their network, when it's not stable, it is just terrible. It is trash. It'll make you want to take a shotgun and blow your brains out. It really just isn't it. It really isn't it. So if you're not willing to put up with those minor idiosyncrasies, then wait a while. Maybe wait a few months. Maybe wait a year. I mean, the network is still very young. They're probably like 1 or 2 years old at this point. So it'll get better. But right now, if you're willing to put up with all of that, and you know how to work your way around those problems, then yeah, it's fine. I mean, if I did not know anything about tech or actually going into my Wi-Fi router settings and changing stuff there, I probably would have given up a long ass time ago and went back to telecom. But yeah, it all depends on if you're willing to put up with it, or if you know how to put up with it and work around it. So yeah, personally, would I recommend it? Short answer, yes. And yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking till the end, and peace.